Hello, we're at the Egmore Museum in Chennai, India, also known as the Government Museum. This is one of the best museums in India for its outstanding collection of ancient artifacts, excavations, and discoveries. There are a number of buildings, but the one I like best is right there in between those two buildings, also known as the Anthropology Gallery. A lot of the focus when it comes to Indian history is the Indus Valley civilization from northwest India. And there's a number of statues and replicas of objects excavated from the Indus Valley civilization that you can see in the Chennai Museum. There's also pottery excavated from there, potsherds, and it's fascinating to think this is what women wore as jewelry 3000 BC, toys that children played with 5000 years ago, and even pieces from a chess type game that people would use in those days. But what is even more exciting is the stone axes that were carved by human hands, found by an English explorer, Robert Bruce Foote, in 1863 at Pallavaram, a town very close to Chennai, right where the museum is. And you can see these stone axes that human hands created 200,000 years ago right here at the Government Museum in Chennai. There's also excavations from the southern tip of India from a town called Adichanallur, where it's believed that there was a thriving society 1000 to 600 BCE. They found burial urns, large pots with bones belonging to many human beings within the same pot, including bones from some human beings of European ancestry. They've also found skulls which had holes in them, raising the possibility that some of these individuals were divers and that pearls were a source of their wealth. There is also a large collection of iron ore implements from Adichanallur, iron weapons, other iron household objects, and some of this iron ore handiwork has been found as far away as Syria and in Rome, where it was known as Wurtz steel in those days. There's evidence of trade with Rome and with other parts of Europe. There's jewelry from Rome that was found in Adichanallur. There's also a lot of pottery with Roman-style engravings found in Adichanallur from 1000 BCE, suggesting that trade between nations was occurring much earlier than most of us have previously thought. Jewelry from Adichanallur is found in Rome and vice versa. One of the statues I found most fascinating in the Chennai Museum was this Didarganj Yakshi from the Ashokan or Mauryan period 300 BCE. The fine carving from 300 BCE on this replica statue was just amazing to see. The museum has some of the oldest Buddhist sculptures in the world, the Amravati statues, originally found by an English engineer, Colin Mackenzie, in 1797. He stumbled upon them, but then was posted to England. When he returned about 20 years later, a lot of the statues had been destroyed and removed by the local villagers, but we are still able to see many statues, including devotees worshipping at the feet of Buddha, statues of the lotus flower, which is very important in Buddhism, as it symbolizes rebirth from the marshes. There are also Buddhist sculptures from northwestern India, which have more of a Greek influence from the Gandharan school. And then we move on to statues from what we associate with modern day Indian religion of Hinduism, with a blend of Buddhist statues as well as Hindu statues such as Shiva or Hanuman, going to the Gupta period, which is now 300 CE to 600 CE. And from the North Indian kingdoms, we move to South Indian dynasties, beginning with the Pallava dynasty around 600 CE, which was responsible for establishing a tradition of exquisite South Indian and Hindu carving and great stone temples. The Pallavas were replaced by the Cholas around 850 CE, and their sculpture was even more exquisite and detailed. From the Cholas, we move on to the Vijayanagara kingdom, 1300 onwards, and there are several examples of these sculptures in the museum. These copper plates were used as record keeping by many kingdoms in the south, beginning 300 CE and going on till about 1600 CE. Although Jainism was established in the northern part of India, it's surprising the extent to which Jainism took root in the south, starting about 700 to 1000 CE, and there are several Jain sculptures in the Egmore Museum. The museum also gives us insight into the development of script in South India. Here is Ashokan script from 325 BC, in the time of Ashoka and the Mauryan Empire. And here's how that script transitioned into current-day Tamil over the course of 2,300 years. There's also some examples of development of the Telugu and Kannada script in other parts of South India. I'm confident you'll enjoy your visit to the Egmore Government Museum, so make sure you include this museum on your next trip to Chennai. Till next time, this is Raj Rao.